Now, here was a novel idea from the 90s. If you were following games at the time, does anybody remember the game Sonic and Knuckles with this weird cartridge? They were advertising all this lock-on technology about it that you could put a whole bunch of other games to kind of change it around. But really, if you knew the history years later, it was actually because the original game they intended, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, was falling behind in development time. So what they did was they actually split the game into two, so that when you're able to lock it on here, you're able to get the full game. So yeah, this was quite the idea at the time. Made it a bit more high-tech than it really was. But I guess if you were to think about Sonic 3, the other pretty interesting facet that surfaced like years after the fact was one of the composers of the music that was in it was allegedly Michael Jackson. Like, the king of pop was composing a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Can you believe that? Of course, the rumors have been out and about for a long time, but still pretty solid game, and in fact my personal favorite of the Sonic games, even if there's a little bit of bullshit in some of those levels. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. What were they thinking when they came up with that part? On a different note, it's Thursday. I feel like I need to have a pre-weekend brew for myself. And there's a brand new one I discovered which I never knew existed from Brasserie Dieu du Ciel. I knew a bit of their stuff, and I walked by the microbrewer that was located, I think, around Mile End, and kind of wanted to try it eventually. But I kind of laughed about the title of this one. This one is called Boire, Prague et Mourir. So to translate, drink Prague and die. So am I getting this straight that the Czech Republic's beer is supposed to be allegedly very deadly? Like, how so? I guess you could say that it's Bud, because Bud is the original Czech beer, but then it became Budweiser over here in America or in Canada. It's almost like they realized that their beer was so deadly that they had to water it down to make it accessible for us. And it's also a blonde at 5.1. So I guess drink a blonde, Prague, and die. Almost feels like it's a femme fatale from a James Bond film. And that femme fatale would be like a mini boss. A mini boss, eh? I think I know background music I can use for this. Tie it all together. Let's see. Yeah. When you listen to this, MJ's fingerprints are all over this track. This is definitely him. Especially this part coming up with the, wait for it. Yep, a woo. Who else would want to do that? Pretty cool, pretty nerdy. Happy Friday Eve, everyone.